this lesson, we're going to deal with the complicated part, the header area. What you're looking at now is the navigation bar used by Bootstrap's official website. The header area includes three components, a logo and two navigation bars. If we lower the browser width, the header will first change from fixed width to flexible width. There's no challenge here. But if we continue to lower the width, the header will take a dramatic change. All the navigation buttons will be hidden and a new button will appear. If we click that button, the navigation buttons will come back, but they'll all be displayed in the same list. If you've been following our previous lessons, then creating this header should be no problem for you. To adapt a web page to different device screens, you must first be familiar with its structure. As usual, we've color-coded each item. We need a div to work as the parent div. Inside it, we put three items, the logo and two navigation bars. Because all three elements are floated, at the end, we put an empty div and assign clear both to it. Once again, if you don't understand why we put an empty div here, review the previous lessons. When creating the two navigation bars, we'll still follow our old routine. The navigation button's size are decided by a clickable text. Therefore, we first convert the A tags to inline block type and set a padding to them. After the navigation buttons are done, we assign float left to all li tags. Both the logo and the first navigation bar will be floated to the left. The second navigation bar will be floated to the right. Now, the header area is complete. If you have any problem creating this header area, review the previous lessons. First, let's adapt the header to normal-sized screens and tablets. At Media, we set the condition to max width 1199 pixel and min width 768 pixel. Then we switch the fixed width of the parent div to percentage value. And the problem's solved. Now let's do the complicated part, adapting the header to phone screen. First we set the condition, max width 767 pixel. Then we select the parent div and set its width to 100%. At the phone width, all navigation buttons are displayed in the same list. So how do we solve this problem? Well, it's simple. We cancel all the float settings. The logo, the two navibars parent divs and the li tags. We cancel their float. Now we've basically got what we want. The last step is to figure out how to add the button. The best solution of creating this button is to use Font Awesome. First, you need to check that you've installed Font Awesome, and remember, whenever you are using a third-party CSS, always make sure your own external CSS files are loaded in the very end. This can make sure your own CSS settings can always work normally and will not be overridden accidentally. In your future development, if you find that you've done everything correctly, but your CSS codes just don't work, check if you've linked any third-party CSS files behind your own external CSS files. We now go to the official website of Font Awesome and find the icon we need. We copy the code and paste it into our own file. We put the code icon directly under the logo. Refresh the page, and we can see we've successfully got the icon image. To control it in our own CSS, we assign a new class to the icon, Switch. We only need this icon when the browser window is at phone width. Therefore, we hide the icon first. In the media query for phone screens, we display the icon. Now the icon can appear and disappear at the right time. Our next task is to move it to the right place. Our solution is to use absolute position. First, we set the parent div to relative position, but if you have no idea why we're doing this, review previous lessons. We set the icon to absolute position. And we can see that the icon has now been moved to the right place. As for how to make this icon work, you'll need jQuery or JavaScript skills.